Hello. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I haven't streamed from the house in the evening yet. It's gonna be a really different experience from the daytime stream. Let me see. Back me up a little bit. Yeah, there's like a bedroom fan situation going on. What's up, y'all? This is it. In the words of Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald, this is it. So, yeah, second stream from the new house. This is the first one that I've done in the evening. And I haven't had a chance to get a selfie ring yet. And then also I just realized that I forgot my iPad stand. So I'm going to rig up myself a little iPad stand right here. Ba-dong, there. And it'll give me a little more light on the old face. Hey, how's it going, you guys? I want it to turn this way. Okay. This is it. Yeah. How's it going? What's up? I'm just going to kind of get settled for a second, and then I'll do my little spiel. Then we'll do a 3, 2, 1, hit it. I'll do my little spiel. So I do have... This is a pretty good indicator of how my life is going this week. Joyfully busy. Joyfully too busy. No iPad stand, so I thought, well, I'll just use the cover because these are made to like fold over, and then it's a stand. And then I realized that, yeah, I broke it the last time that I was out here when I ripped the iPad out of the iPad holder. So yeah, it will not really function as a stand. Maybe if I do it this way, I'm not sure. So plan B is not a go. We're not a go for plan B, unless I can find a piece of tape. It is 8:30 in the evening here. It's 8:30 in the evening. Let me try it one more time. Let me see. It's 10:30 a.m. in Argentina. Oh, so we're going to do the time zone roll call. What time is it? What time is it where you are tuning in from? Here it's 8:30 p.m. on Saturday. Guma's music says it is 10:30 a.m. in Argentina. I'm going to guess it's about 2:30 in France, where Natalie is. Who else is around? I am just really fumbling. Welcome. I tell you what, I am sort of beat, but I laid down for like 5 minutes, so now I feel better. And I was laying down having a little rest before this live stream started, and I thought to myself, why am I so tired, always so tired the last week of the month? And it's because I always put the hardest live theme stream. I always put the most difficult theme stream at the end of the month. In this case, it's Michael McDonald. I know in the past it's been like Janis Joplin. I remember when I decided to do Janis Joplin, I'm like, we'll put it at the end of the month. And then, yeah, I get kind of burnt out from it. Or just from being busy. No complaints. Just setting you up for like, if I get a little punchy or if I say something that seems totally wrong when I'm explaining things, don't be afraid to tell me like, Brooke, are you sure you meant that? Or are you just really tired right now? And I have everything. Let's see. I was trying to find like a white, a white colored app on my laptop so that my screen is brighter and I have a little more light on my face. And I have them all set to dark mode. Everything is on dark mode. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to do this. That'll brighten things up a little bit for me. Okay. Hi, welcome. This is the Uke Revolution Live. I am Brooke. Today is a Michael McDonald theme stream. Michael McDonald had a hand in a lot of very cool projects at many times in his life. So we got a little Doobie Brothers today. We got a little Kenny Loggins, and lots of cool and funky sounding chords, a lot of difficult chords. We're going to be playing This Is It. Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald wrote it together. And Michael McDonald played, I believe, the keys on it and also did a lot of the vocals. And we're going to be playing Taking It to the Streets, which was a Doobie Brothers song that Michael McDonald wrote. This Is It is definitely the more difficult of the two. We're going to do that one first. And then we will do Taking It to the Streets. Because I don't want my brain to be so fried by the second half of the stream that I'm like confused about whether this is it or not. If y'all can hit the like button, that would be great. Hello, Pat. Hello, Vicky. Pat is coming in at 9:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Vicky says hello from the Baja. So I'm assuming it's like 7:30 there, 6:30. Wait, really early in the morning? Is that right? Okay. Hi, I am ready. I'm totally ready. Hey, my email app has a really white screen. We'll use that one for a little bit. Okay. The first thing we're going to do... Oh, good morning, Diane, from 8:30 a.m. in Chicago. And later we'll do a battery check. That's the other fun roll call to do. Super Soda Jerk, what's up? So we're going to do a little warm-up first. The songs from today's... let me find. The songs from today's live stream were selected, suggested, and then voted in by patrons. So I want to give a shout out to my VIP patrons and also to everybody supporting me over on Patreon. If you're interested in joining and get all of the play along materials for everything, like 350 song sheets for ukulele, all really cool stuff from like every decade and every genre, but all of it's super cool. That's the underlying thread. That's the thread holding it all together. Then you can check out Patreon and join and support the Uke Revolution, and that would be awesome. You get tons of cool exclusive content. So thank you to all patrons for supporting these live streams and keeping me inspired to keep doing them, motivated to keep doing them. So that was related to the warm-up because the third runner-up on the poll was Keep Forgetting. And Keep Forgetting sort of has a lesson on the channel because it was sampled by Warren G and Nate Dogg when they made Regulate in the 80s. The 90s? The 80s. I think it was 80s. So we're going to have like a miniature play along of Keep Forgetting because we're going to use the chords just from the chorus, the ones that Warren G sampled. And I put them further up the chat, but let me just type them in again. It's D minor 7, A minor 7, and B flat major 7. And this is just like a cool... This is just a cool little progression anyway. If we do kind of a simplified version of it, we're going to do D minor 7 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then A minor 7 for 2, and then B flat major 7, for 6, and then A minor 7 for 2 again. So we've got D minor 7 for 6, A minor 7 for 2, B flat major 7 for 6, A minor 7 for 2. It's like a little layer cake where the icing is A minor 7. We just keep coming back to the little A minor 7, but it's only there for a second. D minor 7, 5, 6, A minor 7, B flat major 7, 5, 6, A minor 7, D minor 7, A, B flat major 7. I'll give you the chord shapes in just a second in case you're not familiar. D minor 7, first fret, the E string. Second fret, the top 2 strings. And the third fret, the bottom string, the A string. D minor 7. A minor 7 is open strings. And B flat major 7 is the first fret, the E string, the second fret, the C string, and the third fret, the G string. D minor 7, A, B flat, A, D minor 7, A, B flat. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, baby. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, baby. D, A, B flat, pat, pat, A, D, a B flat, B flat, A. Keep forgetting, keep forgetting. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, baby. Little mini warm-up, a little mini Michael McDonald warm-up before we get into This Is It, because this thing is like a whole epic situation. This is it. So here's like kind of what it looks like if you're curious. If you're not, let me see my view. Let me see my view. If you're not a patron, you're curious what they look like, like chord shapes and like the parts with just the chords. And then we put the chords over the lyrics, So, here we go. Stretch the fingers out. This is it, Kenny Loggins. Okay, let's go over the chords at the top first. G minor 7, G minor. This G minor 6 is optional. I did like an optional intro thing for you. Ooh, wrong one. Ooh, wait, not wrong one. Wait a second. I did wrong one, yes. E flat, you can leave the G string open. C minor 7. There's 2 shapes for D minor 7 because one of them works better in the verse than like the regular one that we do. So D minor 7 barring the 5th fret. That one's going to be better for you in the verse. And I made a little note about it. It says, D minor 7 on the 5th fret is suggested for the verse, as there's parallel motion between the C minor 7 and the E flat major 7, which are all bar chords. So, 2 shapes for D minor 7, the one on the 5th fret, the regular one. Choose whichever you want. Everything is a suggestion. E flat major 7, so we're going to bar the 3rd fret for that one. F add 9, hooray! We love one finger chords with like long fancy names because then you feel like your chord literacy is really high even though it's only one finger. D7, C7, F major 7, B flat major 7, A minor 7 flat 5. It's like this little cascade of all your fingers down over 2 frets. E flat 7, same thing with the E flat. You can leave the G string open. It makes the bar maybe a little bit easier. Or in that case, you can also just use 3 fingers to play it. A minor 7, G suspended 4. I had to regroup my brain for a second. If you play like for G suspended 4, if you want kind of a what am I trying? I can't use vocabulary right now. If you want like a visual of like to help you remember the shape, it's like a G, but then you're just putting a finger down on the 3rd fret on the A string. If you pick that finger up, like I have my pinky on it, then it's back to regular G. Sometimes making connections between like the really basic chords that we already know and the more interesting like variations with more pitches in them, chords that come from those chords we already know. If you make those connections, it makes it like easier to remember shapes. And C major 7. There's a couple that I didn't have in the chord font, not the way that I wanted them. So if you look in the notes below, D7, augmented 5 or sharp 5 or plus 5 or however you want to say it. D7 plus 5. When this comes up, it's optional because it's kind of a difficult chord shape, but you're going to bar the 2nd fret. Then you've got your middle finger on the G string of the 3rd fret and your ring finger on the A string of the 3rd fret. But if you can't really reach that chord, you're not comfortable with it, you can just play D7. I just want to make sure you have the shape and the option. A flat major 7 is like a G shape. You just move it up 1 fret. So we got the G shape, move it up 1. This is A flat major 7. Please see the live stream from right now. For information on strumming, there's so many options. Okay, there's so many options because this song has a lot of different moods throughout it. We're going from like kind of dreamy and serious and ethereal to like, hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, let's go. So you might want to change up how you're strumming things, and I'll kind of give you an idea for each part. But generally, the rhythm is a subdivided beat, like basic strum 2. If you've been around the channel a lot, you know that one. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Or an easier subdivided beat strum is down, up, chunk, up, down, up, chunk, up, down, up, chunk, up, down, up, chunk. You could also use a simple down strum. That's kind of what I like to do in the verse, like the slow, pretty parts. Or the island strum. The island strum will work for this song too. It's going to give you a different feel. Down, down, up, down, up. Of course. We all know, if you're here, you are, I hope, familiar with island strum. Gumas Music says A flat major 7. Cool sunglasses emoji. Yes, it is pretty cool. Most like major or minor 7 chords sound pretty sexy and cool. I had water in my life somewhere, and I'm gonna need it eventually. Okay, I will find it later. It might have to go to my fridge. Okay, so for the intro of this song, there's this kind of like, using the same description as earlier, like dreamy, ethereal kind of thing happening, like floaty feeling. So I kind of made up this intro idea. It's really just G minor 7. And then there's some instruments that are kind of like noodling around and doing some other things within like G minor. So if you want to do something with some variations for the intro. And even if you want to take these chord ideas like G minor 7, maybe even G minor 6 might work sometimes as a substitute for G minor in other parts of the song, you might go for it. Give it a try. Hi, Kendra. Good morning. Let's see. So you can either just play G minor 7 for the intro, strumming down, doing a little like just picking around and making kind of a dreamy sound. Or you might try 8 bars of mixing up any of these chords. So for example, the example I have here is G minor, G minor 7, G minor 6, E flat, G minor, G minor 7, G minor 6, E flat. And whenever you're changing between these 4 chords, you've always got like a finger anchor in one of them. And this is just, like, it may seem obvious to some people. If it's not obvious to you, I'm going to kind of show you, because this is something to think about in general when you're switching chords at any point. Any point. If you're having trouble with a chord switch, look for where there's like a finger on a string that's the same for both chords, so it's kind of anchoring you in one place for both of those chords. Or how can you use where one finger is to help you move to another shape. So we're starting in G minor like this. I like how well lit my chord hand is from the iPad. At least my hand is well lit. Even if my face is getting harsh overhead lighting right now. So when I move from this G minor to the G minor 7, I'm going to want to start with this pointer finger already on the bottom 2 strings. So then you can just pick up one finger to make G minor 7. And then this finger stays in the same place for G minor 6. And you're just going to adjust the pointer finger for G minor 6. And for the E flat, the pointer finger is going to stay in the same place. And you just move these guys up a little bit to E flat. Just like looking, just encouraging you to be a more intelligent player by looking for connections between things instead of just trying to memorize individual things. You know what I mean? So G minor, G minor 7, G minor 6, and do it again so I can take a breath. Yeah, I'm talking so much. Let's dive into these parts. The verse, we have G minor for 8, E flat for 8. Now we're going to use that D minor 7 on the 5th fret. So C minor 7, 2. Then just slide up to D minor 7 for 2. Then you're going to slide back down to the 3rd fret for E flat major 7. And then we got that weird G minor 6 again. And hopefully now the intro explanation was so long and so detailed that you will never forget where G minor 6 is. It is, G minor 6 is the same shape as F. It's just moved down to the lower strings. F add 9 for 6 and D7 for 2. And then it says repeats, omitting the final D7. So when you play the verse, you play those 3 lines, and then you go back and you play them again, but on the last one, on the very last bar, you leave out the D7 and just play F add 9. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate it for you with the lyrics. So if you want to turn to page 2 and you can follow along with me. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to go in the intro real quick, just G minor 7. Okay, I got to get my singing note. Here we go. There have been times in my life, E flat, I've been wondering why. Still, somehow I believe we always survive. 1, 2, D7, not so sure. You're waiting to hear E flat, good reason to try. But what more can I say? What's left to provide? Yay, beautiful verse, down pat. So really the trickiest thing about that little section is probably the D7. That's like, surprise. It's a little pickup. It's a little pickup for the next line that's coming. Pre-chorus, pre-chorus, pre-chorus. I really ought to be making timestamps. And I'll just have to let it go. Just have to let it go for right now. Okay. Pre-chorus. This is, you think that maybe it's over. Here comes Michael. We have fast chord changes. Well, they're faster. G minor 7 for 2. C7 for 2. F major 7 for 2. B flat major 7 for 2. A minor 7 flat 5. I call this the waterfall chord shape. I think it's like a little waterfall cascading down the fret. E flat 7. B flat major 7. These are all 2. D7 for 2. And then we get a freaking break from changing chords so often. G minor 7 for 4. D minor 7 for 4. And we do that 2 times. G minor 7 for 4. D minor 7 for 4. Cool. Oh, look, how's my lighting now? Well, that didn't change that much. Okay. Let me see. I'm seeing if there's any like particular changes that might need like from the A minor 7 flat 5, the waterfall chord. I kind of use my pointer finger as an anchor. Like I keep it there while I twist my hand and then let it fall down on top of the 3rd fret. So I will now demonstrate the pre-chorus with the lyrics. Let me just check the chat. Let me check it. I got too many little notes and things open here. Okay. Gumas Music are like the MVP of the chat today. Yes, the chords are going to be super cool because this is a piano song. All Michael McDonald wrote on a piano. That's his main instrument, aside from his golden voice. And yeah, so they're going to be like a lot of, if you're playing on a keyboard, you have more, it's easier to make variations in chords, and it's easier to have chords that have a lot of different pitches. Like on a ukulele, we have 4 options for pitches in one chord. But on a piano, you have 10. You have as many as you have fingers. You can have like really colorful chords. So pretty much every chord in these songs, I mean, this is like heavily adapted to be able to play on something with 4 strings. But it's like we're going to use all 4 strings, basically. Like, I don't think any of these chords that we're using are repeating a pitch. Like, every string has a different pitch for every chord shape that we're making, because they're such like complicated chords for what Michael wrote. And that you'll find that a lot with like songs that were written on piano. Like if you play anything Stevie Wonder, Elton John, it's going to be like really more complicated chords, and you usually have to simplify them to be played on a uke. Okay, and now for the pre-chorus demonstration. I will try to go very slow so you can follow me. Let's go from the F add 9 at the end of the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You think that baby is over, not if you don't want it to be. How you gonna wait for... Ooh, I went too early. How you gonna wait for your sign, your miracle? Well, stand up and fight. This is it. So I got so used to changing chords every 2 beats that I kept doing it when I got to the 3rd line. I'm going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You think that maybe it's over, not if you don't want it to be. How you gonna wait for your sign? Almost did it again. Oh, stand up and fight. This is it. Ooh, played the wrong chord. Okay, here's a place where, so in the intro and the verse, me personally, I would probably strum down a lot or do this like strum, pat thing, which I like to do. I think this is a good, like, easy rhythmic thing to do. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the strums come on 1 and the and of 2, and the pat comes on 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when you get to ew, a roach, gross. Ew, I'll deal with that later. Welcome to the jungle, everyone. When you get to distracted by cockroach. When you get to, are you gonna wait for your sign? This is like the first time in the song that the mood really changes. So here I would probably change up the strum. Down, up, chunk up, 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 down. This is it. Because we got a like serious sudden mood change. Oh, and I meant to say earlier, this song, Kenny Loggins actually wrote this song about his father undergoing a number of surgeries and then I think vascular surgeries. And then eventually the doctors kind of said, like, if we do another surgery, it's going to be like huge risk. But if we don't do it, then you're terminally ill. We don't know when you're going to die. And he wrote this song about that experience with his dad, like having to make this choice. I don't think I read anything about like what actually happened with that situation. I don't know if he went for the surgery or not, but yeah, just the backstories for songs it's always incredible to like dive into backstories, and it gives you it just sheds like a whole new light on it, because, you know, when he was writing it, he said that he like having that experience like dawned on him, and he said to Michael McDonald, I've got it. Like, this is not a love song. It's a song about life. And I think that just makes it even more universal, really, you know? It's a YOLO song. It's a YOLO song. Okay, so I wanted to show you that strum switch on the pre-chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. You think that maybe it's over, not if you don't want it to be. I'm gonna wait for your sign, your miracle, oh, stand up and fight. This is it. And we're to the chorus. So let's have a look at the chorus. It's slightly easier than the other parts of the song. We've got C minor 7 for 2 and then E flat major 7 for 2. So you're hanging out on the 3rd fret bar and you just drop one finger for that switch. B flat major 7 for 4. And then it says times 3 or times 2. On some of the choruses, this line happens 3 times. This little two bar situation. And another chorus that just happens 2 times. And then we kind of do the same thing again, but the ending of it is a little bit different because it's leading into the verse or it's leading into the bridge. The last couple chords of the chorus, A minor 7, flat 5, and D7. So this will sound like this. C minor, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. C minor 7, E flat major 7, B flat major 7. And we do that a couple more times. We'll do it again. C minor 7, E flat, B flat. And then the second line of it, E flat, B flat, 2, waterfall, D7. So that's going to catch you by surprise in the lyrical part. I think I did one time and not the other time. If you look at 1, 2, 3, the 3rd page at the very bottom, this is it until it's over and done. There's a little hyphen after the B flat major 7. That means it's for 2 beats. It's for the beat that's the chord name, and then the little hyphen after that is like the 2nd beat. It's kind of to remind you like, hey, this is going to be shorter than it was before, and there's these other 2 chords coming up. So if I can remember, I will go back later and I'll put that one little hyphen in on the 2nd page. And so the chorus with the lyrics will sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is it. Make no mistakes. I gotta find my note. Hang on. This is it. Okay. It's the E string. It's the E string of C minor 7. This is it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is it. Make no mistake where you are. This is it. Your back's to the corner. This is it. Don't be a fool anymore. This is it. The wedding is over. No, don't you run. And it leads right into the next verse. So that little waterfall chord and D7, they're going to take you by surprise. They're going to take you by surprise. It's a fast change. Okay, one more part to go over. The key change chorus at the end is pretty simple, and it's based on like the regular chorus. So we got the bridge and quickly touch on the key change chorus, and then we're going to hit it. Then it's really going to be this is it, not just this is the dress rehearsal it. Okay, the bridge. I'm looking ahead, these chord shapes. Okay. G minor 7 for 4. D minor 7 for 4. A minor 7 for 4. Okay, here's that D7 situation. If you want to add the augmented 5, I mean, it is like such a teeny slight difference, but you can like kind of feel it. And it's just fun to learn like new weird chords anyway, right? And then G minor 7 for 4 again. E flat major 7 for 4. And now for these next two changes, you've got the A flat major 7, which is like the G shape. I like to bar it because the chord that follows it is G suspended. And it's easier to play that G suspended chord if you kind of have this bar shape and you're just moving back and forth on the bottom 3 strings. So the A flat major 7 for 4, then you slide down and put one finger down. I'm like, am I doing that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, put one finger down on the 8th string. And then you can pick it up and you slide back up. And this is A flat major 7. Again. And you slide down. Put your finger down. G suspended to lead into the key change chorus. So this bridge, I don't think I'm like really as familiar with this bridge as the other parts of the song. But let me see. I got to lead in from the chorus. I'm going to come from the chorus. Ooh, it's not on that page. Dang, I have to do a page turn. Okay. I'm going to do the last line of the chorus and then go into that. I hope I remember how the melody goes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Nope, not here we go. This is it. Okay. 2. Last line of the chorus on the bottom of page 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. This is it. Until it's over and done. No one can tell you for you know. D7. G. Who makes the choice of how it goes? It's not up to me this time. You know, there comes a day in every life. This is it. And we have key changed. We have doth changed the key. I'm trying to think of the theory behind the key change. So we're going from C. Okay, I kind of know the theory. Sort of. Back me up if you know the theory too. We're going from the key of C. Right? B flat. Wait. I think I'm at the wrong key. Key name. Anyway, we're using this G. We're using the G suspended because we're here on this pitch, and the singing pitch for this is it in the key change is the pitch right below that, which is what you want the G suspended chord to resolve to. So in a G suspended chord, music theory nerd note, in a G suspended chord, we've got this finger on the bottom string, the A string, because this is the pitch of C. And in Western music, we've been taught that we want it to sound like this instead of this. We want it to sound like this. That's why it's suspended. It's suspended in the air, and we're all waiting for it to drop down to the pitch that we're used to it sounding like. This is it. And here is where the melody for the key change chorus comes. From that G suspended situation. I either put... No, it's B flat. Yeah. I think my brain's too fried to figure out music theory right now. Okay, for the key change chorus, we've got the same like rhythm and structure as a regular chorus. We've just knocked it up to a step higher. We're skipping over a whole key and going another key higher. So we've got D minor 7 for 2, F major 7 for 2, and C major 7 for 4. Yeah. Still contemplating theory in my head. So that will sound like this. This, and your singing note is the A string. 2, 1, 2, 3. This is it. Make no mistakes where you are. This is it. You're going no further. This is it. Until it's over and done. This is it. One way or another. And then it repeats for a while with like some other kind of vocal ad-lib sort of things. And you can end on C major 7, and the way that I like to end it is to sing the this is it, F, C. So it's like you're doing a line of the chorus, but you leave out the lyrics after this is it. Until it's over and done, this is it. This is it. And we all say, well, I'm glad that's it. Finally, Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald, because I'm freaking exhausted from all your chord changes. Epic song. He did his dad proud, I think. Okay, I gotta grab water out of my fridge right over there real quick before I play the whole thing. So we're gonna have a little teeny tiny timeout. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. Thank you, Diane. Oh, I turn this down so it doesn't knock. Okay. Whoa. Almost pulled the whole thing off. Okay. Almost had a major situation there. Did you see that? I almost pulled the whole operation off the desk. Actually, probably not, because these are like DJ headphones. So they're meant so that you can pull on them and you don't pull your whole operation off of the deck if you're raving really hard while you're DJing. Okay. And I'm going to sit on the edge of my chair like we used to do in choir, because this chair is excellent back support, but it's crunching my diaphragm, so I can't really sing right. You guys, Kenny Loggins sang really, really high. Really high. Really high. What a fantastic voice. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have like a little tiny look ahead. I'm going to look at my little parts. I know that tricky D7 coming at the end of the verse is a little frightening. Other chord shapes that I'm not super familiar with. Checking. Okay, I think we can do it. Bring the uke back online. So I'm going to do the little G variation thing. And I will probably do, like, in the verses, I will probably do a down strum or the little strum pat thing. And then when it picks up, that one place in the pre-chorus we talked about, I will do more like a rhythmic and chunky strum, and the same thing in the chorus. Two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, G minor 6, my little intro smash up, G minor 7. Good observation, Guma's Music. I have another one for you guys later too. That makes sense because that song is a piano song. So they would probably take like what we might do is like a 2-chord song on a string instrument and do a bunch of variations. I think it sounds like, I'm trying to start the song, but I keep going on tangents. I think it sounds like What's Love Got to Do With It? And honestly, that's how I got the idea to do Tina Turner next month. When I was arranging this song, I'm like, this sounds like What's Love Got to Do? The intro sounds a lot like that. Yeah, like that song. Okay, here we go on the verse. There have been times in my life I've been wondering why. Still, somehow I believe we always survive. And now I'm not so sure you're waiting to hear one good reason to try. But what more can I say? What's left to provide? You think that maybe it's over, not if you don't want it to be. Gonna wait for your sign, your miracle, or stand up and fight. This is it. Make no mistakes where you are. This is it. Your back's to the corner. This is it. Don't be a fool anymore. The waiting is over. No, don't you run. Nowhere to hide. No time for wondering why. It's here, the moment is now. About to decide. Let him believe, leave him behind, but keep me near in your heart. Know whatever you do, I'm here by your side. You said that maybe it's over, not if you don't want it to be, yeah. For once in your life, he's your miracle. Stand up and fight. This is it. Make no mistakes where you are. This is it. You're going no further. This is it. Until it's over and done. No one can tell you for you know. Who makes a choice of how it goes? It's not up to me this time. There comes a day and angry life. This is it. Make no mistakes where you are. This is it. You're going no further. This is it. Until there's over and done. One way or another. Yeah. So I made I made a mistake right when I was going make no mistakes. This is it. Make no mistakes where you are. You're going no further. Until there's over and done. Here we go. This is it. Yay! Made it. Made it. Let's see. I definitely hit. This is not like self-deprecating action. I like to celebrate the things we do right at the end instead of focusing on what was a mistake. But I want you to know like when I make mistakes, so you're not like, wait a minute, was that supposed to be like this? Yeah, it probably was. When I was playing the A flat major 7 to the G suspended in the bridge the first time, I forgot to move my hand down, so I played this. Whatever chord this is. I was like, that's not right. And then I noticed like I was trying to do all these different strum things in different parts. But because the speed of the chord changes kept changing, like it would be 2 beats and then 4 beats and then like less, whatever, 1. It made it hard for me to like keep up with the things I was choosing. So in retrospect, like if I was going to practice this more and play it, you know, at gigs or whatever, I would go back and say like, okay, I'm going to consistently do this one here and consistently do that thing here, so I don't run into that problem. So it was tripping me up a little bit. Wow. Okay, it's almost 9:30. Ay, ay, ay. That took a long time. Pat said, I heard on Sirius Radio that the Doobie Brothers selected him because he hits the high notes in his natural voice, not falsetto. Yeah, it is like, it's almost like countertenor sometimes. And I've been listening to... I still haven't finished it. I was still listening to it earlier today. I mean, like an hour before the stream. The Questlove's Supreme podcast, Questlove's podcast, where he interviews like all these iconic, great people from music. And he has a Michael McDonald episode where they talk to Michael McDonald. And yeah, just to like get some insight for this stream as well. Like, his process and how he got into the business and stuff. And it was really interesting. Like we have some kind of parallels. Like they, you know, Quest asked him, how did you come to have this sound like this, like really high, like round, mellow sound? And he said, well, at the time I was playing, like he was a working musician before he was picked up by Doobie Brothers or Steely Dan. And even after he like toured with them, he said he would go back and play at clubs in, I want to say LA, but I'm not sure if that's right. I can't remember. Somewhere in Southern California. He was playing like 5 hours a night, like playing keys and singing, I think some lead and some backup. So he had to make this decision, like, if I try to sing like James Brown, I'm just going to blow out my voice. So he had to like develop this style where it was like he could support that vocal for a long period of time. And you have to have more of like a, like you have to have more, like be closer to like a classical technique to unless you have like pipes of steel, which some people do. But he just thought, you know, I'm going to lose my job if I don't like do something to maintain my voice, because he was playing 5 hours a night. That's a lot. That is a lot. And that I had the same experience when I was gigging like full time. I'm like, you can't just be like belting and yelling and whatever all the time. So I do that. I'm like, I totally understand you, Michael McDonald. I'm like, I got to tap in the classical a little bit here so I can sing like healthy and do these like marathon gigs, you know, that are 3 hours long. I don't think I never did anything that was 5 hours in one night. I definitely did like maybe a month, a couple days in like high season here where it would be like 2 hours in the daytime and then 2 hours at night or something like that. But 5 hours and like every night. I mean, he was like doing the work, you know, and that's how he got picked up by these bands because he was like really seasoned, hardworking musician. I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was some other little anecdote that I wanted to tell you guys. There was the thing about how he kind of developed this vocal style just out of necessity, really. And then the thing about Kenny Loggins' dad. And then there's something else I'll think of it. This music style could be called soul, ? Yes. We could call this, definitely his way of singing was soulful, which I think often is it's like a character and a mood more than it is like a genre of music. A lot of people refer to him as a blue-eyed soul singer. So basically white people that sing soul music. And yeah, I can't think of my other little anecdote. So we're going to open up Taking It to the Streets, which is fortunately is much easier. Still has some tricky stuff, but it's much more straightforward than This Is It. He was talking about, it's a really good podcast because he touches a lot on, I mean, all of Questlove's episodes are amazing because he's such a historian and a music nerd. But they just really talk about everything. And right when I was listening to it at the end, they were talking about his sobriety. He's been sober for 31 years and just talking about like managing that, especially in the music business. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that Michael McDonald was like actively sober, consciously sober for decades. It's amazing. 31 years. Congratulations, dude. I know what it was. I know one. Pat says Amy Nolte on YouTube has a great video about him. Who is Amy Nolte? Is she like does she have like a kind of a music history sort of channel? I know what I was going to say. They were talking about Keep Forgetting, and when Warren G contacted them to use the progression sample when he made Regulate, and just like, what did you think about that at the time? It was like fairly new. And, you know, these days, I think when people sample stuff, it's all very like business, and like music business is really like in it more than it used to be. And he said this was still at a time when you would say like, yeah, just give me like $10,000 and you can do whatever you want with it. Like, that's it. For like maybe one of the most famous like gangster rap songs from the 20th century. And it has his chord progression in it from Keep Forgetting. And he just got $10,000. And he was saying, yeah, I think it's the version that my kids prefer though to my original version. Okay. Taking It to the Streets. So there's this syncopated piano thing, which is like very, very like kind of gospel soul music that Michael McDonald does in this song. And if I notated all of it, it would look like a freaking mess. It would look like a mess. So I notated a little bit. And it's this long thing at the verse at the top, where you've got a chord change that like anticipates the beat, So it makes it a little more rhythmic. It also makes it more difficult to play. So I kind of notated it if you want to play it that way. And I've also made like a simplified version. So that's for the verse pretty much. But you can kind of do it throughout the song. And if you listen to the recording, you could hear like where the piano changes. And it's very like, there's a lot of emphasis on it. Bum, 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 bum. But we wanted to kind of keep this one simple, super fun sing-along song. It is like not just taking it to the streets, we're taking it to church. Amy Nolte is a jazz pianist. Okay, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. They were talking about his last anecdote. He came from kind of a musical family, or like I think his dad played music. It wasn't like serious, I think. Yeah. But when Michael McDonald was on Soul Train, his sister sang backup with him. I think I remembered that right. Or some other show, I can't remember, some TV show. It's like, well, I don't know who else to ask, so just make it a family affair. Come on and sing backup with me on this TV show. Okay. So we're going to go over like the simplified part, little bits, and we'll just go over all of it. So unfortunately, we have this kind of uncomfortable chord, F minor 6. I find it easier to play with my thumb on the top string, on the G string. Like I play F minor this way too. And then you're just putting your middle finger down for the C string to make the F minor 6. We have F add 9 again. Hooray, one finger chord. That's kind of optional if you're going to do the more syncopated, tricky rhythm. C. Yay, C. D7. C7. F. And regular old F minor. And then this one has G7 suspended 2. In the other song, we were playing G suspended 4. It wasn't notated in that chord font, but it's 4. So this one is G suspended 2. And it's 0. Then you've got your middle finger on the C string, the 2nd fret, 2. Pointer finger on the 1st fret, E string. And then the bottom string, the A string, is open. So this is 0, 2, 1, 0. G7 suspended 2. So if we play, let's play, we're going to use island strum to play the simplified verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. So we can practice this little progression, the simplified version of the verse, F minor 6 for 4, C for 4, D7 for 4, and G7 suspended 2 for 4. And that will sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, F minor 6, C, D7, weird G, F minor 6, C, D7, G. Forgot to note about the F minor 6. You can play it as a bar if you bar the 1st fret. The 1st fret I find is like a difficult bar. I mean, it's all difficult if you're newer at it, especially. So instead of barring it like closer to the bridge, the nut, whichever word this is called, I can't remember right now. The nut, that's the bridge, right? Let's get it closer to like the fret marker. Makes it a little bit easier. And then you've got your middle finger on the C string and your ring finger on the A string. I do it with my thumb sometimes. Sometimes like this. If you want to use 4 fingers, I mean, I'm not going to stop you. It's not the easiest one for me. But you can try it. So that simplified thing again. 1, 2, 3, go. F, C, D, 7, G. F minor 6, C, D, 7, G. You don't know me, but I'm your brother. I was raised here in this living hell. Just to give you an idea, yeah, that F minor 6 chord is like awful. And I looked for I looked for alternatives. I didn't really find any. I'll come back to the syncopated thing in a minute with the F add 9. Let's go over the pre-chorus and the chorus really quick because they're pretty easy. So we have C for 4, C7 for 4, F for 4, and F minor for 4 for the pre-chorus. And this is the you telling me the things you're gonna do for me. So we'll play it, practice it a little bit. 1, 2, pre-chorus, C. F, F minor. C, C7, F, F minor. You telling me the things you're gonna do for me. I'm blind, but I don't like what I think I see. And then we're to the chorus. So we've got C7 for 2, F for 2, and C for 4. So if you're using the island strum, it's going to sound like this. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. The C7 gets down, down, and then we switch on the F, up, up, down, up. So that actually makes, if you do the island strum that way, splitting it up over those 2 chords, that actually makes it do the syncopated thing that they do in the piano. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. C7, F, C. Taking it to the streets. Taking it to the streets. Come on and take it in. Taking it to the streets. Taking it to the streets. So, if you look... Oh, wait, one more thing I want to say about strumming. If you want to, you can play C7 with just C7 and F with just down strums. C7, F, C. It won't be as syncopated as doing the divided up island strum. Taking it to the streets. Taking it to the streets. Taking it to the streets. Etc., etc. The tricky part of this song comes between the chorus and the verse because they don't even take a breath. It's like you're just going right back into the verse. So if you look at page 2, the end of the chorus, there's this G7 suspended. I forgot to write 2, but it's the same chord. It's the same one. There should be a 2 there. Oh, the teeny tiny mistakes that I made on formatting. I was sure there would be like a dozen mistakes on one of these, especially this is it because it's so complicated. Nope, I left off a hyphen, which is like, yay, good job. But also now I have to go put a hyphen and redo the whole thing. Okay, so this G7 suspended chord is like a pickup. Bum, bum, take this message to my brother. It's a pickup to that F minor 6 chord. It's a really difficult change, but I wanted to leave it there for you if you like really want to do it because it's like pretty rhythmic and more accurate to the original. So if you do it, I'll do it really slow. What's that G7 chord? Like this? I think you kind of have to mentally prepare like the gymnastics your fingers and your fingers have to do. The good news is your middle finger is anchoring you to the same string. So you got G7, bum, bum, bum. Taking it to the streets, 2, 3, and 1. Just like that. Take this message. That's really difficult on a string instrument. It's easier to do on the piano. So I'm probably just going to play the C. So we're just playing C for 4, and we immediately go to the F minor 6. There's no like interlude or anything. It's just like straight into it. Taking it to the streets. Take this message to my brother. Okay. In the verse, if you want to do this syncopated thing, we're going to follow the lyrics, which for me personally, it makes it easier if we follow the lyrics with those syncopated chords, the F add 9 and the C, than if you try to count it. Also, like it's easier to feel it, I think, than to count it out. But if you want to see the counting, I wrote a little note over the top just to remind you that each little hyphen or chord name is like half of a beat if it's divided up this way. If it's not divided up that much, like on the and of a beat, on the and of 1 or on the and of 2, then there's just not going to be as many hyphens. So we've got F minor 6, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the F add 9 is on the and of 4 and the C is on the and of 1. It's like the F add 9 is then anticipating the beat, but it's also slowing down the C, which is like the target chord for that bar, that second bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D7, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the same thing, the G7 suspended 2 comes on the and of 4. It's anticipating the beat because that's the chord for the next bar. Usually it would just be on the 1. But if you syncopate things this way, so you put it on like the off beat, it's on the and of the beat instead of on the number of the beat, it sounds more rhythmic. But it's harder to do as well. So if you're going to do it, I would follow the lyrics because they, not always, but at least in the beginning, so you can kind of get into the groove of it. Those chords, the F add 9 and the C, and then the D7 and the weird G7, come like right on a word. So the first verse will sound like this. And in this case, didn't I say it? Yeah, at the top, verse, single down strums and let it ring. So we're going to let the F minor 6 ring, and then quickly play this F and C. D7, G7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F. You don't know me, but I'm your brother. F. I was raised here in this living hell. You don't know. Oh, I did it wrong. You don't know my kind in your world. I feel like I notated that wrong. Fairly soon, the time will tell. Oh, you. So I think for singing and sing-along purposes, I just like to stick to the simplified one, especially because the F minor 6 is so difficult. It's kind of hard to squeeze in that F add 9, but it's there because I want to keep it real. I want to keep it real. What's up, Stefan? Okay. Know me, but I'm your brother. It makes it easier for me to like keep the rhythm of it. If you're in a band and you got a drummer, bassist or whatever keeping the rhythm for you, then it's easier to let the chords ring out and still do the melody like properly. But for this situation right now, for doing this play along, I am going to do the simplified version without the F add 9, and I'm going to do island strum. Okay. And we'll have ourselves a little sax solo and a little sing-along. We're going to take it to church, and then I'm shutting it down. I got to get out of here because I have to drive back to town. It's late. I wanted to have... I put What a Fool Believes on the set list in this caption and on Instagram, but there's just not time for it. Today it is on a couple of other live streams. I put it on the set list in case we needed more things to do, but these arrangements were so complicated anyway that, yeah, definitely filled. We have now filled like almost an hour and a half of a stream, so... Michael McDonald said checkmate. Touche, Michael McDonald, you win. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play the intro the fancy way 2 times, and then I'm going to play it the simplified way 2 times. So you can kind of hear both, and then we're going to sing it. Okay? Get your tambourine and like your... gospel hand claps ready. Hi, Michelle. 1, here we go. F minor 6, F, C, D, G, F. I can't hit that chord. F, C, D, yeah, yeah. C, D7. G7, suspended 2, F minor 6. What a mess. Okay. You don't know me, but I'm your brother. I was raised here in this living hell. But you don't know my kind in your time will tell how you telling me the things you're gonna do for me. I ain't blind, but I don't like what I think I see. Come on, we're taking it to the streets. Yeah, 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 taking it to the streets. We're taking it to the streets. I missed it. I take this message to my brother. You will find him everywhere, wherever people live together, tied in poverty's despair. Oh, you telling me the things you're gonna do for me. I'm not blind. totally missed a chord. Taking it to the streets, come on, we're taking it to the streets. No more running, taking it to the streets. No more hiding, taking it to the streets. Come on, we're taking it to the streets. Yeah, we're taking it to the streets. Yeah, 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 taking it to the streets. Last time, here we go. Taking it to the streets. Yow! Cha cha cha. Hey. Whoa. That was super fun. I'll say something positive first. That was super fun, but it was kind of a train wreck for me, myself, and I at some points. Oh man, those choruses that go like straight into the verse. It's so tricky. I want to revisit that, the first chorus. Wait. Taking it to the streets. Take this message to my brother. Okay. Where's the other one? Chorus. When it goes to the sax solo. Oh, something just flew into my hair. When the chorus goes into the sax solo, the like choir, the backup singers, the gospel choir, the Doobie Brothers, they just cut out. They don't sing streets. So it's a little bit surprising, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing as the chorus the first time around. So the end of those choruses, we got taking it to the streets. Taking it to the streets. Taking it to the streets. Last time. Taking it to the streets. Take this message to my brother. Whew. Yeah, I could definitely have another go at these. If it wasn't 10 o'clock at night. I would love to play through both, but I gotta call it here on the live stream. I'm trying to think if there's any other little like last minute notes that I want to give. Gumas music, too much chords for singing. How do you do that? I've been playing for almost 12 years, and 3 of those years were part-time professionally, so a lot of practice. And 2 of them, see you later, Diane. 2 of those years, I was playing at least 22 hours a week, just playing gigs, not counting practicing, not counting making YouTube lesson videos and practicing for those YouTube lesson videos. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. Nobody wants to hear it. Practice. You got to practice. You got to practice. And that's funny that you say that, because a friend of mine here sent, she had a video pop up in her Facebook memory. It was 2014, like right before I started those 2 years of gigging where I was playing at least 22 hours a week. Like this, playing songs and singing, mostly by myself, not with like a band backing me up. Some of it was with a band backing me up. Practice, 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 and surround yourself with other musicians, not just other ukulele players. Play with other musicians. I don't know how you're going to do it, and find somebody who wants to have a little jam. Because you're not going to learn from playing with a bunch of other beginner ukulele players, okay? Harsh, I know. Every time I meet a ukulele player who wants to get together and play, I'm like, no. You need to let's go find some other musicians to play with, okay? We're not starting a cult. In the beginning, you will find your way by playing with other beginners in a, you will find a lot of support and help and learn a lot when you're a beginner. playing in a ukulele group. But after that, please try to play with other musicians. What was I trying to say? Oh, my friend here sent me a video from 2014 where I was playing just like in the bar. I worked at their bar in Cambodia, the other town I lived in 2014. And she's like, look what I just found. It's me playing at the bar. And I'm like, this video just represents so well how I keep telling people that you have to practice. And I'm going to take that video. It's a little bit embarrassing, but for you, the viewers, I am planning to make a video about how you need practice. And this video of me playing in 2014 is why you need to practice. And the thing is, in that video, I'm not bad, but there's things that I talk about that you need to do that take practice and time that I wasn't doing yet. And it took practice and time. And it was right before I started those 2 years of playing 22 hours a week. Yeah, I'm gonna use it to make a little video here for YouTube and talk about, like, this is what happens. And I was already a musician. I'd been a musician my whole life. And I'd been playing ukulele on that video for already 3.5 years. And I watch it now and I'm like, wow. I can't wait to show this to people who keep asking me about strumming and the strum pattern. Because it takes that long. It takes that long. Unless you are exceptionally gifted, it takes that long. Even if you're exceptionally gifted, you still have to practice. Stefan says, I will be going Patreon. I hope so. I don't know what "to hear Ashanti foolish" means. I think you're talking about a song. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Can y'all hit the like button if you didn't yet? That would be super. And I'm just gonna double check my messages. Okay, no new action on Patreon is a good thing. Yeah, so this is the end of August streams. And then there's a week off like usual. The first theme stream in September will be Tina Turner. The week after that, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire, because we're going to do September. Do you remember? And the Decade live stream is coming at the end. I wanted to switch it around to make sure you got the Earth, Wind, and Fire one before the 21st night of September or whatever happens. That Earth, Wind, and Fire September song, it is, if you're a patron, it's already an exclusive lesson. There's an exclusive video lesson. I don't think there's a PDF for it, so that'll be coming. It's like an older exclusive lesson. I can't remember. Anyway, that's what's coming up. And I love you so much. I love you so much for hanging out and making all this possible and supporting me and the Uke Revolution and supporting yourself, doing you, getting your uke on, keep it going. Keep it going, my strong people, and I will see you next time. Much love. Peace out. Happy strumming. See you later. Bye.